In Lab 2, we are asked to find the density of a liquid. We start with an empty graduated cylinder, and we find the mass of that empty graduated cylinder. So let's say that the mass of the empty graduated cylinder is 34 grams. And notice that I am listing 3 decimal places because the balance on Late Night Lab lists 3 decimal places. So I'm going to put all 3 decimal places even if they are zeros. And so the empty graduated cylinder will be 34 grams, and that is not going to change. Okay, now I add some liquid to the graduated cylinder, and I add 10 milliliters to start. And notice that I put 2 decimal places for this volume because the graduated cylinder on Late Night Labs gives us 2 decimal places. So even though they're zeros, I'm still listing them. So now I need the mass of the graduated cylinder plus the 10 milliliters of liquid. All right, so let's say when I do that, when I get that mass, that's 49 grams. So the mass of 10 milliliters of liquid plus the graduated cylinder is 49 grams. All right. Next I add another 10 milliliters of liquid, and so I have a total of 20 milliliters of liquid in the graduated cylinder. And I find that mass, the mass of 20 milliliters of liquid plus the graduated cylinder. All right, and let's say that that is 64 grams. So the mass of 20 milliliters of liquid and the graduated cylinder is 64 grams. Okay, now I add another 10 milliliters of liquid, and I have a total of 30 milliliters of liquid in my graduated cylinder. I find the mass of the liquid with the graduated cylinder, and let's say that's 79 grams. Okay, so these are my lab results. And now I need to do the data analysis. I need to find the mass of the liquid alone. To do that, I take the mass of the liquid with the graduated cylinder and subtract the mass of the empty graduated cylinder. So for 10 milliliters, that's 49 grams. And then I subtract the empty graduated cylinder, which is 34 grams, and I get 15 grams, and that's the mass of 10 milliliters of liquid. All right, I do the same for 20 milliliters of liquid. The mass with the graduated cylinder is 64 grams. I subtract the empty graduated cylinder, and I get 30 grams, and that's the mass of 20 milliliters of liquid. And then for 30 milliliters, 79 grams minus 34 is 45 grams. 45 grams is the mass of 30 milliliters of liquid. Okay, now I'm ready to find the density of the liquid. And the density is going to be the mass of the liquid divided by the volume of the liquid. So the mass of 10 milliliters of liquid was 15 grams. So 15 grams, and the volume is 10 milliliters. When I do this division, I'm going to use significant figures. This number has 4 significant figures. This number has 5 significant figures, so I'm going to use 4 significant figures in my answer. And that's 1.500 grams per milliliter. That's the density of the liquid. I do that again for 20 milliliters. The mass of 20 milliliters is 30 grams. The volume is 20 milliliters. And that is 1.500 grams per milliliter. Notice that the density is the same. So your density is going to be the same, or it will be very close. All right, for 30 milliliters, the mass was 45 grams, and that was for 30 milliliters liquid. And so the answer is 1.500 grams per milliliter. So the last step is to find the average density So I'm going to take the first density that I found and add it to the next one and to the next one. And I'm going to divide that by the total number of values, 1, 2, 3. And I get 1.500 grams per milliliter, and that is the average density of the liquid.